We are live. Let me refresh. Make sure we are good to go. Make sure we are set.
We are. Oh, that was me.
Okay, there we go. All right, the echo's out of the way. Everything else looks good. Let's see who's here in the chat. I know more people will start coming in. And more of a fun type of show this time because next week, first week of the month, Mamba Mentality
Oh,
episode. So that
right.
has to be once a month the first week. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know that. This one a little bit funner, talking about wasting money on things. What can you use that money, to reinvest into other items to your business? Like things you don't really pay attention to that you're wasting, money here and there.
Right, right, right.
Let me see who's here. Hustle and Muscle, Sue Huskins, The Man Misinformation in Hand, Josh Brown, and Palma, Lucky on Three Legs. Patrick, what type of fun? Like giveaways every minute fun? Let's see, Christian, what's up? And more people will come in slowly but surely. So I think business wise, you kind of start to like see things differently, obviously.
Right.
Before you get into the hustling side of things, like before I went to garage sales and pawn shops and things like that, a lot of people I would see, they would charge things to credit cards and buying name brand clothing and things like that. And then now, of course, being in the business, you know how much all of this is just a waste of money.
Right.
So you're kind of looking at everything now as an asset or an investment.
Mm-hmm.
Like even going to get groceries, like what's the ROI on those bananas right there? What's the ROI on those
Is it
avocados?
worth it?
Is it worth it? Should I be picking that up? Can I find them cheaper somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of start thinking different things. So one of the examples would be you go to Starbucks, you're buying two coffees, comes out to 12, $13, like iced coffees, frappuccinos.
Right.
Could you use that $13 to $15 on something else uh, for your business? But before the business, you never really would have saw it that way. You would have just been buying whatever and kind of wasting money, but it all adds up quick. Let me see. Corey, what's up? AN. Checks over stripes. Just found a Nipsey Hustle Puma jacket at Burlington. I think someone found the pants last time too. Original Closet, what's up? Fly Kicks. All right. Anything that you think you feel is a waste of money that you've bought?
Man, I don't know this top 10, but
Oh, okay.
like, there are a lot of things that waste money on, but we kind of, for some people it's a waste, for some people it's a reward. So I guess I'm interested in how this list would go,
Mm-hmm.
and also it has to be, I would say, proportionate to your income, through your accomplishment. It's not like I'm gonna buy a Lamborghini and then I just made 10 grand, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd be interested to, it's a very interesting topic because some people, you could be either too stingy that you just don't buy anything, or you just, you know you don't spend for quality products that are just not gonna last, right?
Yeah.
Or you go too extreme that it's just kind of like too flashy for
True.
for the income that you're making,
Yeah.
right? They said the goal is to be wealthy, not to look rich.
Very true.
Yeah.
What about Double Jump says, I'd rather waste money than time. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think that, because at the end of the day, the most valuable thing is time. That's why time is sold in exchange for salary, for service, for hourly wage.
Yeah.
So if you're wasting the hard-earned money that you got from spending your time on something, you technically wasted your time,
Yeah.
right? So
Big Money Mo, what up? Corey Jones, yes, tank of gas is 2 pair of Adidas football cleats. So see, there you go. That's the way you have to look at things.
right, yeah, 100%.
And going out to go eat every day. So that was one of them that they mentioned, kind of like they said the obvious ones, like going out to eat every day,
Right.
buying like cigarettes. I think tobacco cigarettes was one of the like the obvious ones. So they didn't count those in this list. So
Mm.
let's see if you agree with this
Okay.
list. There's 10 of them. So I
A
don't know how
lot.
much. All right. So number 10 is buying snacks or drinks at the gas station while
Oh,
sourcing. So you go to Ross, you go to Burlington, hey, there's a corner store right there. Pick up, maybe some candy, some
mm,
chips, big gulp, maybe a Slurpee.
yeah.
And what they say is that a lot of people don't track their like smaller purchases. Like in that
Right.
case, going to the corner store.
Mm-hmm.
And not only do those kind of purchases add up, but let's say you kind of treat yourself, you're hungry. Sometimes that one day turns into like 2 days, three
Right.
days. Now you're
Mhm.
doing it like 4 or 5 times. Every time you go sourcing now, it's like, man, I got to get those hot Cheetos. I got to get the Takis
Yeah.
with a big gulp or something.
Yeah.
And
Well,
also it says that most of the time this stuff is usually unhealthy anyway. But
yeah, and they're actually very expensive, right? Like you're paying like $1.50 for chips. I remember, I mean, even now, me and my wife would rather buy like the ones that come in like big bags from
mhm,
from your supermarket, because you could get like 12 for like $6. That
yeah.
means there's like 50 cents each instead of paying $1.50. So I've been more mindful of that, and like instead of, now I've been taking cooler with me when I travel further, and then I just buy my drinks from the grocery store, and then prep for the snacks that I would need for the trip, or and it's helped a lot, especially with budgeting, because it does add up.
Yeah, Double Jump says Costco for everything. So you're talking about like Sam's Costco. You get the
Yeah,
big
yeah.
packages. What's the Amazon one? What is his name
Whole
again?
Foods.
No, the account for the deals.
Oh, Fat Kid Deals,
Fat
baby.
Kid Deals.
Yeah, you gotta subscribe to that. That's where I get my Gatorade. You're like, what? Like $4 for 12?
Chris, what's up from Kentucky? Hustle Crow, what up? Big Money Mo says I'm against that just for the health reasons. AK Rowdy, Walgreens Gold Peak Tea, 3 for 3. I
Mhm.
need to buy hot stuff while sourcing so it doesn't look like my tears are coming from my dry stores.
Uh,
And what also they would add on to there is like, I know we talked about the hustler snacks,
mhm.
but sometimes too, not the Ross milk, but some of the other items on there.
The
You're,
popcorn.
yeah, you're spending, $5-6 for like the bag of whatever. And yeah, you would definitely save way more money, like B said, buying it in bulk,
Yeah,
taking it with you, having everything organized every time you do go
yeah,
sourcing. Do not source on an empty stomach. We've seen
yep.
the worst of moods,
Mhm,
and bad things happen when you're
mhm.
hungry. You're
Yep.
not yourself, like the
Yeah,
Snickers commercials.
exactly.
Southtown Vines, what up? Sneaker Pickers. Dayways, much love. Trying to be like you and the B. Appreciate that. Big Money Mo. But if you about to make a couple of racks off of sourcing trip gas station snacks, not a big deal. Well, I
That's
guess
that, that's reward though. That's reward.
true. Yeah, that's a reward for the hard work. I guess we're
Yeah.
talking about you start off slow and then you're getting
Yeah,
into
you
a
start
bad
on a
habit.
negative. You start negative right off the gate.
Let me see. Snicker Pickers eBay Unreal this weekend. Yeah, B. Massive weekend as well. A lot of the shoes starting to move. Breakfast and coffee before sourcing. AN. All right. Let's go to number 9. Paying for cable TV.
Mm,
Now, they said there's so many options now for streaming,
right.
and TV is a time waster anyway.
Yeah.
Um, Now, for me, NFL Sunday ticket. It's
Yeah.
extremely important right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Dolphins never come on TV anyway.
yeah.
But
So you have to get out of, well, because it's out of the market games for you.
yeah, exactly. But some of the things I hate though is that there's like what I mean, there's Netflix and you got Hulu, Disney
Right, right.
Plus, you got Peacock is another one, and you got all
Mhm.
these other ones that I'm like, dude, there's too many of them.
Yeah,
So I guess there's other smaller options you can get. I know DirecTV is pretty pricey on its own.
yeah. But now you can piece it together. Like what me and my wife do is actually we just stay on top of like our subscriptions. For example, like we were watching a series that was on Hulu, so I made sure I canceled everything, and then just kept Hulu. And then for like NBA games or any sports, big sports event, I paid for YouTube TV. But when there are no big sports that I'm on or that I'm watching, I cancel it. So I think that's something to be on top of, right? Your expenses. And also HBO Max, you can pay for it separately, like $3.99 a month. So those are not really heavy, but at the end of the day, again, it's proportion to what you're making. If you're like Glenn, NFL Sunday ticket all year long, baby.
Someone says everything is free on the internet. Says also Crow. Yeah, you can stream whatever you want on the internet. The thing is, people what I always do for Sundays. The reason why I do have it because yeah, I could stream it and do whatever, but I actually don't even watch it live.
Yeah,
People
have
don't like that when I
you
tell
do the
them.
what do you do what was that, the fast track or something like that, right? That skips commercials and timeouts.
Well, they play that late. I think they replay that later on. But what I
Oh,
do
okay.
is like
Oh, you
Sundays.
stay behind. You stay behind.
Yeah, so I
Uh,
usually let it play for the first half, and it's
oh,
recorded, and then
so
I'll
you're
jump in
yeah you're
forward commercials, and then finish my listing and whatever else I need to do. Because man, commercials suck,
yeah
especially
that
on football. Like,
that's actually very smart. I do that. I do that to like I do that with any like TV shows that I watch. I don't watch it live so that you could fast forward it.
next to let me see, let me go back in here. I pay for YouTube Premium, Big Money Mo. Who needs cable when we got Hustler Hacks on YouTube? But we need more content. Sneaker flip fine. Let me see. Let's go back up. NFL Red Zone. Yeah, Dayways. Who needs YouTube? We got Hustler Hacks and sourcing. What up, Brian? How was sourcing today, Brian? I did see him actually. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, these next two have something to do with full-on families. If you have
Mm,
families and kids, number 8, in-game video game purchases and in-app purchases for the people that have kids. So, like if Fortnite, you gotta get a new
it's not just
skin.
kids. It's not just kids. It's really everybody.
Yeah. I mean, extra $3, $5, $10, $20. You're like, damn. And then next thing you know, it's like it's just part of the game. You're not even playing it
Yeah.
anymore. It doesn't even matter. Just
Yo,
adding in all this extra stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. Um, During the height of pandemic, right? We were like stuck in the house for 2 months. We all played Rise of Kingdom. And
Mm.
man, dude, there was one time I spent a hundred bucks.
What? What?
Yeah, on the game because I was just trying to get ahead, and I was like, man. And then we just quit it cold turkey. Me and my wife. But it was a cool thing, It was a different. We played it hardcore for like 2 months, got to really high level and everything, and then we were just like, you know what, like, that was fun for a season, but now it's time to get our head right, and then we just deleted it. But yeah,
Yeah,
but
delete
yeah,
that app.
yeah, we spent money for sure.
Man, Big Money Mo says, hell no, rather buy Doge. All those Fortnite skins. You gotta get the new J Balvin on Fortnite. You gotta get the Will Smith skin, the Travis Scott skin.
Yeah,
My son always like, Dad, I need V-Bucks, says
yeah,
Brian. That is wild. Because the crazy thing is, of course, like playing, the original Nintendo and then
yeah.
N64, Super
Gone are the
Nintendo, like
days where like it was kill. Now it's all flex.
yeah, exactly. Like you didn't have to pay extra for any of that stuff. Madden at this point is pretty much just all they do is renew the same gameplay every single year. Imagine paying, $60 every year on the same game. All they do is update the roster. What is that trash?
Yeah,
That's how they get people.
yeah.
Rick and Morty skin. Let's see, JC, Clash of Clans.
Yep. Quit it.
Got a stunt in the new skins. In-app purchases are stupid. Teach those kids to shut the F up and play the game without no extras. Exactly.
Yeah.
Use some maps. FIFA got caught doing the same. Yeah, this is crazy in how much money. EA, the real scammers, Josh Brown. How much money goes into that you could definitely, hey, that's $30 right there. You could buy a jacket at Ross.
Yep.
Double up that money. But nope, we're here buying skins. All right, that was number 8. They're getting finessed. It says Funky Cold. Number 7, also people with families or maybe without. Paying full price for name brand clothes, which we've learned this real quick.
Right.
Going to Ross, going to Burlington, going to Marshalls, going to the outlets. No one's paying full retail on this live. Whoever's watching or leaving comments, I can guarantee you, no one's paying retail price or anything like that. And that's huge though, because I see people that, I guess some friends that also had kids and stuff that, oh hey, yeah, how much was this? How much for that? And they end up buying like their kid a $30 hoodie that they don't even fit in, like within 3, 4, 6 months. They don't even fit in that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember people questioning too, which everyone's had this, like, oh dude, where'd you get that? How much you get it from? Oh, I got it at Ross, $20. Like, I could be out here spending that big money on Nike or Jordan brand stuff. And crazy, Burlington for kids, they have a lot of good stuff.
For sure.
Nike Jordan stuff for, I think it's like a full jumpsuit. It's like $20. I was like, damn, like, that's pretty cool. Let me see. Never paid retail. I feel sorry for the people that shop at the mall. AN. What's retail? As soon as I landed in America, I was told to go to Ross, big money mall. All the brown people go straight to Ross.
Yeah.
All the like Hispanic Mexican pages on IG, they always post Ross and DDs.
Yeah, literally, if you do hashtag Ross finds, it's either the people that get tags you or the people that are just buying mirrors and carpets and rugs and random stuff.
Resale is the new retail. Arman. I go to the mall to see what's coming to discount stores soon.
That is true. Yeah, true. When I go to the mall and I just look at that and I was like, I'll just stay patient. 2 or 3 years, I'll get that for more than half off.
Yeah, exactly. If you're paying full retail, please, and watching this, please find my eBay store. Says Day Waste. And let me see, La Ross, Burlington, Burlington. What do they call Marshalls? I don't know what they called Marshalls.
Marshalls too expensive.
Yeah, Marshalls is too pricey. TJ Maxx too.
Yeah, too expensive because they got shoes with box.
Yeah. Let me see. Asians get told the same. Says Sneaker Flip Find. Some people buy a bulk at Ross, send it back to their country for real. That's where they get the full cartfuls. I mean, they're buying everything all at once.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of richer people shop at TJ Maxx and Nordstrom Rack.
No, that's for real though. That's for real. Like before when I lived over the right by our apartments, there's like 2 minutes away from TJ Maxx. Dude, I've never seen so many high-end cars. It's like a car show there. You get all Maserati, Land Rover, Range Rover, everything. And because like it's like probably like 2 or 3 miles away from like rich neighborhoods. And they have their own thing there. It's like Nordstrom, all the brand new stuff. Now, but they drive over here, and I think you could tell that these are pretty much probably people that that are self-made, rich people. So they had to grind through it, and then they're smart shoppers, right? Which I can't blame them. That's where I get my $500 watches for $80. So it's like it's still 80 is still a lot, but that's my treat yourself. And people's like, man, but it's really like it's just smart shopping. That's what my mom and dad always taught me. Just be smart with shopping. There's really nothing wrong with buying nice stuff, but if you're smart about it, instead of buying some lower brand in full retail, you could go to discount retailers and treat yourself for almost the same money.
Yeah, I feel like just go to Ross in Burlington, especially. I mean, it's kind of dumb. Like, you can go to Ross in Burlington, or you can go to the mall on tax-free weekend and spend like how much money. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen families just blow like
Uh,
$500-600. I'm like, dude, how much you can get so much more at Ross in
yeah.
Burlington anytime throughout the whole
Yeah.
year,
Exactly.
not on tax-free
Anytime.
weekend.
Anytime.
Man, yeah, same. Rich area folks clean up home goods, says Big Money Mo. Rich
Yeah.
people hate Ross.
That is. Yeah. You never see nice cars at Ross.
Rich people look down on Ross and Burlington. Rich people know how to save money and invest. R&J Funky Finds. Yeah, for
That's
sure. Warren Buffett shops at Goodwill. And even Goodwill's pushing it on the prices now compared to Ross.
Yeah, for real. No, you could literally buy the same, used Nike shirt and brand new Nike shirt. It's like
Yeah.
$7.99 at Nike, and then Goodwill's like charging $8.
Yeah. All right, it's gonna number 6. Buying coffee, which is an
Mm.
obvious. I think it's kind of an obvious one too, but Starbucks, Dunkin' is cheaper than Starbucks, but even them
Dunkin'
they've
is
raised up
cheap.
the prices.
Dunkin' is cheap after 2 p.m.
True.
Um,
Corner store coffee.
but no, I agree. Right, because like you gotta know why you're buying it, right? And that's like kind of like how I evaluate, especially my coffee spending.
Okay,
I
go ahead.
mean, yeah, when me and Glenn go out, when you're in a hustle, different place, you can't really get good coffee in hotels
We
unless you're.
milked it as much as we could. I
We
mean, when we
tried,
did,
but it doesn't work,
it
right?
was pretty watered down, but
Yeah, yeah. So, but besides when we're out of town, especially for us at home, like we've invested in like a Nespresso. You guys have seen it, but it's like we paid for $99 for the machine, but my espresso pods are like 70 cents each, and it's real strong espresso that would wake you up like that. And then I can make iced coffee and everything like that. And again, for health reasons, you can put the right amount of sugar, or I've tried oat milk, almond milk, and stuff like that. So it'd be better for you. But I think that's the I feel like that's the biggest expense. Like go to Starbucks every morning. The line is wrapped around. I can't
no,
believe
it's
it.
wild.
Right? Like, so if people are, and if people are spending, dude, they're not spending $3 there. They're spending, like,
Five,
one of my,
6.
yeah, one of my friends called it $6
Mm-hmm.
because it's always, the cheapest you pay is $6, right? So, but yeah, definitely you could definitely make better coffee at home. I mean, for the machine, the upfront fee will be expensive, but in the longer run, it's cheaper because I could have spent $100 on Starbucks in the last 10 days if I didn't have the machine.
Yeah, so it says here, get a decent coffee maker, you'll save bucks over time. And
Yeah.
I feel like if someone gives me a Starbucks gift card, I'm like, man, now I can actually treat myself. That's the only
That's the
time I
only,
ever
dude, that
go.
is the only time I go to Starbucks now when I have a gift.
Let me go
Or
back.
or McDonald or Dunkin' Donuts, because I believe they're only 150 or 199 after 2 p.m.
Mm.
So that's when I get to treat myself for a large.
Sneaker flip fine, waste of money.
Hmm.
Folgers from Costco, I'm good to go. Double jump. $1 any size McDonald's coffee for me, Josh Brown. Flask it from home. Let's see. Too lazy to make my own. Coffee hack for iced coffee refill. Dunkin' only $1.50 plus tax. eBay Poshman.
Oh,
Armand,
nice.
I'm lucky I can't drink coffee. Coffee makes me poop.
Well, it's probably not coffee. It's probably the dairy in it. Yeah.
Let's see. Coffee at Costco, $15, heavy cream, and save it last all month. Make my own at home. I'll treat myself to Starbucks twice a month. When was the last time you had Starbucks and we're like, damn, that was a good Starbucks? Never. It was day waste. Only iced coffee when it's $1 somewhere. Let me see. Makes everyone poop. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to take that fat dump before you go sourcing. It's the best. You
Yeah.
don't want to go at For sure, you're not gonna go at Ross.
No, you gotta find
Maybe a good Marshalls.
Nordstrom. You gotta go to Nordstrom.
No, yeah, that's true. Nordstrom
Not
Rack.
Rack.
No
Nordstrom.
Rack. If the
Decent.
going gets tough,
Yeah, Rack.
you'll go to the Rack.
Or you could be like me and Glenn. Well, a Bass Pro Shop.
Oh yeah,
Remember
there's one in the area.
those big
Yeah.
hunting store?
Yeah,
Because they
that
got
was
like 3 bathrooms there. That's very peaceful.
but the best.
Huh?
Bucky's.
Oh, yo. I would drive 30 minutes out just to go to Bucky's and, use their bathroom, buy you some, sugar glazed pecans. And
Yeah, those won't last. All right, let's go to number 5. And this is kind of an obvious one too, but alcohol / shots at the bar, treating everyone, celebrating your mini victory, your small win by blowing money on drinks for people you don't really know and or care about. Shots on me.
That means like profits down the drain. You broke even that day.
You broke even.
Or that week. Man, because those things are, like what? You could have like easy $200 tab, $300 tab.
Yep.
You're buying shots for people. And what is that? That's a retro. I'd rather, if I'm going to waste that money, I'd rather buy me a pair of good retros and wear it myself and it would last a while.
Let me see. I live in a dry county, no alcohol, no bars. Beers are my weakness, not for others, but for me, day waste. Don't drink, so no problem there.
Yep.
Let me see. I mean, the thing is like it's crazy the markup, of course, going to bars, going to restaurants, things like that, compared to just buying a 12-pack on your own.
Yeah.
I mean, let me see. So that I had a friend too that he was like trying to get into. It's kind of like budgeting his money and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, "Well, what have you bought recently?" And he's like, "Well, after I forgot where him and his friends went somewhere. He's like, just haven't really gone out in a while." And I was like, you know what? Let me just buy drinks for everyone or whatever. I think his tab ended up being like 150 something bucks or whatever. I was like, dude, if you're struggling for money and you're trying to figure out how to balance your money, why are you doing this? Like,
total opposite
for clout?
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
I get my high from sourcing. eBay Poshman. Let me see. Get a retro and jump in the snow like in 3 legs.
Hey, dude, that will that'll be so much more fun than buying random people stuff.
AN, do you guys drink?
Yes, we drink water, soda.
Here's the thing with drinking.
Free.
I've seen B at his lowest. I've also seen this is probably like 2018, going to these conferences. Oh, Hustler Hacks. Oh man, let me buy you a shot. Mm-hmm. You know who's the worst is MC Thrifts. You might have seen them in the comments. My boy Cisco. This dude bought me crazy shots, him and his wife, and I'm like, man, I mean, you can't. Hell, Hustler Hacks can't be rude. We're not just gonna not drink anything.
Well, what they're trying to do is trying to make you spill the secret sauce. The problem is they spend $200 on you. There's really no sauce.
Next thing you know, Hustler Hacks is going live. Things aren't right. We need Glenn to come on the stream and drunk. Hustle and Muscle. I've also seen a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah. No. You learn it the hard way once. That's it.
Let me see. Saucy goes hustle harder. All right. These are the top 4. Got 30 minutes left too. We're kind of going a little quick. All right. Top 4. Let's go. Unused and or used memberships, depending how you're using them, and or subscription boxes. So subscription boxes, what they do for that one, we're talking more of like mystery boxes, bark box, like things that you don't even know what's in it, but they're like a monthly subscription
Yeah.
that you're like, why are you getting this? $25, you get, I don't know, like a box of random,
Yeah.
I don't know, like a pop culture thing or things for your dog or I don't know, figures or shirts or I don't
Or
know.
some
Like,
like some outfit, like, right? What do you call that? They call it kind of like a curated outfit or something like that.
those things always kind of stumped me because I was like, why are we buying things that I don't really like? What if I don't really want any of this?
Yeah.
Why are we buying this? I'd rather just buy something you actually want. You get the free trial and you cancel, says Sneaker Flip Find.
Mhm.
Kevin, what's up? Manny Fresh, what up? Now, the other thing, used and unused memberships. Streaming and the apps also fall into this. You know, $15 a month for Netflix and you only watch it once a month. You know,
Mhm.
the gym. The gym is crazy money. The thing is that how much are you paying for what was it called? Orange.
Orange Theory
Yeah. But
was
you that's the thing though, is like it costs, decent amount of money, but you made for damn sure you went
yeah,
5 times a week. Like
yeah. 5 times a week. There were even days I went twice a day.
mm,
You know, but yeah, you have, because you have to calculate it, right? The same reason why I pay for unlimited car wash. I pay $30 a month for unlimited car wash,
that one is
but I
also on
go
here.
but I go every day, so it's a
Mm,
dollar a day
mm,
compared to I at least wash my car once a week prior to the subscription, right? So that's like $7-8 every time I go. 4 times a week, I was like, man, I mean 4 times a month, that would have got me unlimited already.
mm.
So you have to think about that kind of subscription, because sometimes it's cheaper if you pay for unlimited service, right? If you use it often enough.
Yeah. Well, that's the key is like, so at my gym, like I'll pay up. I'm definitely going to go, 5, 6 times a week. I make sure using the best out of it. But there's people that, you see they go at the same time and you only see them like once a week. And I'm like, man, you're paying big bucks to only show up
Yeah.
once. And
Yeah.
that you really have to kind of consider like, is this really worth it? I mean, you'd
Correct.
rather just work out at home. There's YouTube channels you could watch. They could do home workouts. You could run outside. There's other workouts you can do if you're not going to
Mhm.
maximize the money, that goes into your gym, I
Mhm.
guess I would say. Price Assassins, what up? That's a lot of gas to get a free car wash. Sue Huskins. $9 a month for me puts me on the route to Source. There we go. Gym is best money spent. Big Money Mo. B is balling. Orange Theory is like Nordstrom rack.
Oh, for real. If you're trying to lose weight, man, you gotta go there. I'm competitive, so I have to kind of like get some tracking device in me when I go. So they'll track your heart rate, they'll track your points. So I go there, walking out dying because I want to be top three. Dudes like and it can be beat by some newbie there that walks in and just crushes the board. So yeah, so
Hustler
I'm
Hacks Gains YouTube channel. Almost like a bona fide hustler.
yeah, oh dude, yeah.
With
Someday,
grit.
someday.
Someday. I go powerlifting gym. I pay big bucks for top of the line equipment. There we go, Big Money Mo. What's funny is they also added on here subscription to OnlyFans.
Oh
Oh, $25 a month, 30
man, that's
bucks
expensive.
for. Obviously, they just came out with their new that they were going to take off adult content, and now they decided they're going to keep
Mm-hmm.
adult content. It's just working so damn well. Um, but
Freaking
man, imagine paying like 20, 30 bucks for something like that. That's only for like I don't know, one person you're following. What if you're
yeah.
following like that's wild. The fact that people are making so much money off of that. Oh,
Means that the world has so much money.
oh yeah, wasteful money that they have
Mhm.
no, I don't think any desire to, I don't know, improve themselves in any way possible. If you're like, I mean, who's paying for this? It's cheaper than the strip clubs, I would think. Sue Huskins. Kevin,
Well,
what's up? Sneaker flip find. If anyone paying for, I don't know if we can say that word on
hmm
YouTube. They deserve to be broke. David Dobrik at one of these girls signed up and made $1 million in one day. I know, that's wild. $1 million. So anyway, that's thrown into the membership part. All right, top 3. Here we go. Number 3, FOMO, fear of missing out on electronics.
oh,
The newest and the best.
the
Smart TV,
baddest.
the tablets, the PS5. And I had a scare on Thursday. My phone did not, like it said, no signal. And I was like, this doesn't sound right. And then it said, no SIM card. And I was like, what the hell, no SIM card? And then I couldn't do anything. And I was like, trying to figure this out. And then I was like, all right, cool. At least there's an AT&T there. They'll figure it out and see what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, I don't have the newest phone. I don't want the newest phone. So I think I'm like 3-4 years behind. And so I asked them, I'm like, what's the newest? Like, I was curious, like, what's the new iPhone you guys have? They're like, we got the iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Pro Max.
I'm like,
Yep.
what? Pro Max? It does the same thing that the one I have does. I mean, it has a better camera. I mean, other than that, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And I was like, I really hope I don't have to get a new phone. Like, do not want to do it. And some people love getting the newest thing.
Okay.
Standing in line, I want to get the newest phone, the newest tablet. Me, I'm like, I do not want it. I just want to milk this one until it just absolutely does not work anymore. So figured it out. Well, actually, they reset it, but then it crashed again, and then went on YouTube and did some stuff and figured it out. So now it's ready to roll. Yeah, no new phone.
Well, the other tip too, if you want to get a newer phone, we always try to buy the one uh, before the newest one. For example, the iPhone 12 is out. We would get the iPhone 11 Max Pro. I would stay a year behind because that's when they get heavily discounted, right? I remember when I bought my phone, um, it was like $1,000 retail, like 1,100, and then when I bought it, it was $600. But that was a year after, and like, because you know how those phones, the ones that are just next to it, is not really drastically better, and they'll never make it drastically better.
No,
They want to leave more for what's coming, so it's always like a little bit more better. So I've done that, just for efficiency too, because I hate my phone dying.
I know, it's the worst. And I hate one of the iPhones I got. I would still use it if I could, but it doesn't let me. At one point, the apps wouldn't update because the software wasn't
It's too
updated.
old, yeah.
I'm like, I knew it. I knew they were gonna figure out a way to
Yeah.
screw me over.
They
But
will.
sure enough, eventually I had to upgrade. But still, I've had that one for a while. At least a good 4 years. Let me go back up. OnlyFans fans are crazy. Get a real life. Josh Brown says P Hub is always there for you. What are you doing paying for this? OnlyFans, come on now. And I still have iPhone 7 Plus. I use my electronics till the death of it. Double jump. People turn in everything like it is at least every 6 months, says Patrick. Let me see. The same. I use my electronics until it breaks. Southtown Fines. iPhone 8, 4 years. Good. There we go. Big Money Mo phone lasted me 2 years. But I don't mind spending money on a phone since it makes it make it a couple of days. There we go. Believe his secret to winning on the sneakers app, always having a new phone. That's just me.
Oh.
Oh, could be. I've had iPhone 5s till last year. How many subscriptions should we have for music? I pay $40 a month and use 4 of them, says Pacers.
I pay
Spotify or Apple
Spotify
Music
Premium. I pay for Spotify Premium. That's it.
See, I agree with the B. Always buy my phones a year behind. Maximize the savings. So yeah, the FOMO electronic. Well, PS5. Anybody get a PlayStation 5 and
And actually, I think I got two or three.
Not to
And
resell, but to play.
no, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna resell this, right, to buy me a next one, right, and then I got the next one, and I was like, I'm like about to open it, and I'm like, man, do I really need it? And then what I do is I just go watch like negative reviews about the product, so I don't want to keep it. Yeah, like it overheats, it's not much better, and everything like that. So I talk myself out of it.
All right, there we go. Eric says I did. Josh Brown can't live without it. Some people might be watching this on their PS5, so we
Oh,
can't.
right.
Yeah, we can't complain about that. All right, these are the top two. Here we go. Number 2, traffic violations.
Dude, I I'm so surprised we haven't had a traffic violation. Have you since we met?
Yes.
You have?
And hold on, traffic violations they include speeding to go source
Okay.
to the next store. You could get pulled over. You're paying a speeding ticket. Checking your comps at the traffic light.
Oh,
You're
cell
on your
phone.
phone. And the third one, accident trying to rush home, which now your insurance is going up and
Right,
you're paying other things to get it
right.
fixed. So those are the top 3. And I did get a ticket a year and a half ago coming back from the outlet.
Why?
I was
You're
going
forgetting?
85 and a 70. It wasn't that bad.
Dude,
50,
15 over though.
15
How
over.
do you get caught? Dude, if
Uh,
I'm like going 15 over, I have my head swivel. Like I'm like looking for any black or silver or white car already.
well, this is why I don't drive when I hustled. So,
Yeah, true.
and then I did get in an accident 2 years ago. Two,
So
but not.
this is
This was
Hasselback's
not
weakness.
sourcing.
This is his weakness.
This was not sourcing. But yes, I did get in an accident, and then I was out of a car. But then I had to use a wife's car. So
Mm.
let me see. 70 is the Interstate 15 over is average. There we go. Hustle Crow. What are we doing talking
Yeah,
about this? You got to beat the competition to the next store
yeah.
for sure. Brian is out there hauling ass. Daily triple here. Price
Oh,
Assassins.
wow.
I've never had any points, but been pulled many times. Who do you think I am? Lewis Hamilton. Isn't it mainly 60 in El Paso? Yeah, it's like 60, 65.
Mm.
Texas don't got speed limits. California doesn't. Man,
Oh, California's bad. If you
yeah.
get pulled over in California, you're doing something crazy.
You're going too slow if you're getting pulled over.
Yeah.
No wonder why you're making more content. You need to pay for all those. Where did that comment go? All those tickets and insurance premiums. Looking on 3 legs. Brian got to keep up with Glenn. Let me see. These kids holding me back. Day waste. Parking meter next to Ross. Let me go back up and see.
Dude, I'm notorious for not paying parking meters, and I've never had
This
a ticket.
guy.
Yeah. Like I mean, like especially when you go to downtown and stuff like that, right? Especially like downtown Chicago and those Atlanta big cities and stuff like that. Man, they're charging you like $20 to park there, and like who knows if you're gonna find anything. So I just kind of like I just kind of like hustle back real quick.
Let's see. Speaking of driving, B is that a trailer for a new car? Right
Oh,
now.
new car or new inventories? It's not big enough to fit a car, by the way.
Sue Huskins, does your insurance double with speeding ticket?
No, it doesn't double, right?
No.
No.
And then,
Did it? Well, the accidents make it go up, but I
yeah,
don't. A
accidents.
speeding ticket
No.
makes it goes up right away. Because I've had a speeding ticket before, and that's when my one and only. It was $100 because I think I was going like 18 over. Yeah, I learned my
See,
lesson the hard way.
learned his lesson.
Yeah.
I remember going to court, and then they were like, you're going 85 into 70 or
You
whatever.
went to court?
Yeah, I went to court. They're like, how do you plead guilty? You want to take defensive driving? I was like, no. They're like, you're right. The total came out, I think, to like 300 something.
What? Yo, dude, that's
I
expensive.
was like, I'm not going to do defensive driving. Don't have time for that. And not only that, they charge you an extra for using your debit card when paying for the ticket. So I made sure I take cash. So I didn't have to pay the percentage on the fee.
Man, that is wild. Dude, they got you good. Is that a state cop or something?
No, but he did get me good.
Wow, that's
I'll
wild.
hand it to them. I'll hand it to them.
Because my 18 over was, well, because in Ohio, a 20 over, if you hit 20 over, um, it's kind of like a reckless driving already.
Mm.
So it gets, really bad. Um, but I was lucky he clocked me earlier because I was doing like 20, 25 over when I realized that there was a cop behind me. So, but his gun says I was only 18 over. But it was only $150 for me for that.
Oh, okay.
So that's wild.
I was turned on a red light. I was in court and some sketchy people, Patrick. So yeah, that's the traffic violations. That one definitely hurts.
What? 106 and 55 to 11?
What?
That's a
106 and a 55.
yeah. Who
The
does 106?
BKK. Damn.
Man.
All right, here's number one. Which to me, I felt like number one actually has nothing to do with spending money. But I
Oh,
thought this was supposed to be, I guess, because the main thing is quit wasting money on these 10,
wasting. Okay.
10 things. Number one, it said this will cost you money in your business and personal life.
Okay.
Any idea?
Man, that's dumb. I feel like we've talked about everything
I
already.
know. Yeah, smash that like button for number one. Hustle and muscle. I like that
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Hit that like button. Almost 100 people watching, only 27 likes. Hit that like button.
Let's
Please.
do it.
He says smash the like button.
Smash.
Hustle. All right, here we go. Number one, this will cost you money in your personal life and your business. Being disorganized.
Oh.
You're double selling items. You're wasting time trying to find items.
Yep.
Items are thrown somewhere. Some of them get dirty or torn or scuffed. Some items are just completely lost.
Okay.
So if you don't even know where your inventory is, you're going to run into problems. For personal, people lose their charger, their cables, their phone, their glasses, their keys. And out hustled keys.
Yo, this is crazy. I keep losing my keys. Only on rentals too. Like, cause if it's my key, cause like I guess it's familiar, right? So I know where it's at most of the time. But also too, when we're doing our hustle though, we're like half asleep, half thinking about the other things that's going on. And then yeah, I always lose my keys or I always forget it at the hotel room or something like that.
People lose their phones. Of course, that's big money. Lost
But I've
keys.
never lost keys though, because like if you lose keys for rental, dude, it's probably I think it's like $300.
So that's for number one, being disorganized. Some people had, look at these guesses: strip clubs, getting married, getting divorced.
Hey, that's actually accurate.
A woman, man, look at this. Women on here, side chick. Canceling an item, finding it later. I thought someone was gonna say kids. Kids cost big money.
Oh,
You know what's also on there? Well, I would say too big money is like insurance trying to get you. I mean, having kids, like medical bills, right?
not even having kids yet, they get
Just
you.
medical bills, period.
Right.
Like they're trying to get you to pay all this sort of money before like the insurance kicks in, before all these other things. And the only reason why I know this because like my dad got surgery, my other friends that have had kids, they're like, dude, sometimes they just come out of nowhere, like, oh, you still owe this amount of money when your wife gave birth 3 years ago. It's like, dude, what is this? They're always trying to get stuff.
Right.
Women are expensive. Vintage profit. Jake leaving phones on the roof of his car. I remember that video. He went
Got
to
it.
go try to find it.
Dude, you can't. You don't find it. Wow.
I know. Let's see. You can't return your kids. R&J.
Facts.
Child support. That's also a good one. I had a friend that when we worked, man, his checks were down to scraps at the very end
Yep.
after the child support. Every person that touches you in the hospital will bill you vintage profit. No
Mhm.
joke. Let me go back up. Can you teach us on the next mindset series how to organize? There you go. That's a good one, Armand. And the good thing is too is that me and B actually had a conversation about organizing and shipping out stuff because we do things slightly different
Mhm.
when it comes to like shipping out the items, but we know where everything is, which is good. But B has a full on warehouse, so
You have to. You have. I mean, like that's the that was what we talk about. That's the key to growth. Like that shipping process. Those systems are so important because you really, in the business, if you want to grow, you want to think about growing. You want to think about ways to buy more products, not ways to not. You can't waste your brain juice, like what they call it, on shipping, on trying to look for stuff that already sold.
mhm.
Because once it sells, really, once you list it, the job should be done. The hard part should be done up front. If you tag it right, if you place it where it's supposed to go, once it sells, it should be done. Like that's kind of like just the should be just the cherry on top.
Let me see. Organizing inventory and finances. Date waste.
Hmm.
Yes, very important. Price assassins. Most medical bills can be dismissed if you know the system. Price assassins does know the system.
Yeah, that's why he's an assassin. He just
That's why he's doing what
he
he's
just
doing.
gets rid of the collectors.
Let me see. Oh, and they are out of network. Also, Crow. Cheaper to keeper. It says AN. Let me see. I want to be as organized as B's basement. AN. Anything else that weren't on this list that you would want to throw in the chat or the B or anything else I can think of? That was their top 10, but I'm pretty sure there's some things here and there
Right, right, right.
that were
Quit,
missed.
quit wasting your money. Ah, okay. Here's what I thought. As soon as you said something about, I mean, as soon as I saw the topic, right,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about, like, man, I'm guilty on a lot of things. Like I waste money, right? But I preface it before when we were talking about before you brought up the 10 things. It's really like it's a waste if it's not worth it, right? And so because there's a lot of things, especially because yeah, we talk about business, but it's really more of like you trying to become a better person, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, physically, right? So a lot of those factors, right? Some people would think like paying money for the gym could be wasteful, but for you it's actually helping you with your mental clarity, right? Because it's kind of like you get into the zone, you kind of like refresh your mind, um, and then gets you in a you got better stamina, you can source more, you can source longer. um, I would say like it has to be like the worth it factor.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you ask yourself if is it worth it, then you actually find yourself asking like why am I buying this? Perfect example, like Big Money Mo, he cuts his own hair. My wife used to cut my hair for the longest
Mm-hmm.
time, and then it became a time factor,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now I pay $25 so that my wife could do something else while I'm at the barber shop. So is it worth it? Yes, because it's worth more. Her time is worth more than $25 if she's working in the business or working on herself, or she could do some and running some errands. So, so I think that's the most important part is Is it worth it? Right? Now we go back to the coffee thing, right? Okay, like, okay, I'm paying like $40 a month for all this coffee that I order, stuff like that. But really, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it because me and my wife are like, we like coffee. It's just something that we enjoy. It's not something that we just want because for the bougie factor of having a coffee in your hand, right? Same with, like you said, are you just buying name brands to flex or to just show off?
Yeah.
For me, it's not worth it because you're wasting your money because you're trying to buy things and you're trying to please other people. And we know what happens when you're trying to please other people. You really can't please other people,
Yeah.
right? And again, you have to just focus on yourself. And does this make the quality of your life better? I think that's the question. Is it worth it, and does it make the quality of your life better? Now, do you need a storage? Do you need to rent a storage? Yeah, if it makes your house cleaner, or if it makes your wife's sanity not having boxes in your room, it's worth it. For some
Yeah.
people, just use your extra bedroom. Some people, it's not worth it for them. So I think that's like the major thing that I think about, and that's what makes me back out on purchases and different kind of like investment. Like we collect sneakers. Is it worth it? Yes, I do get to enjoy it now, and then really we could break even later on if we
Yeah.
keep. So it's not really a losing situation.
Yeah, sorry, these dogs are going crazy. I don't know why my wife always lets them out when I'm doing a live show, and I told her, don't let them out when I'm doing a live. Next thing you know, here's these dogs, and they're barking, going wild. Vacation. Someone said, did you mention vacations?
Hmm.
We didn't mention them. Big Memo says they're a waste of life. So vacations, you could throw that one on there.
Hmm.
Thank you
What do
for
you
that
think
hustle
about
beat.
vacation? What do you think?
I think vacations, here's my thought, which some
Okay.
people probably don't like this. My thought is that you need vacation because you need to get away from the
Yeah.
things you don't like what you're doing on a daily
Right. Right. Right.
basis.
It's like
So
you
for
want an
me,
escape. You want an
yeah.
escape. Yeah.
Now I get it. There's times where like, hey, I want to do something different. I want to spend time with,
Yeah.
a person you love, things like that. But I feel like when it's more of like a getaway, like I need to get out of here. I need
Yeah.
like I've known some people that like a buddy that he's just like sometimes I just want to go get away from the kids,
Right.
get away from this, get away. It's like you can't escape your life. Like that's your
Yeah.
life. I mean, and so that's when I think it's different than a vacation.
Yeah.
Um,
Like you said, this. I guess how I would see it, right? Because people, like people that don't understand the lifestyle that we have built around the business, right? It's hard to relate, right? The easy word for it is vacation, right? But
yeah,
for me and my wife, it's more of an experience, right? Like you want to pay for an experience, you want to experience something, right? It's literally like I want to eat Italian food tonight, right? For people, it's like, oh, it could be a vacation of what you're typically eating, but or it could be seen as a, okay, we want to try new things because now you have the luxury to afford these things.
mm, yeah,
It's, like I see what you're saying because they need to get out. It seems like a necessity for their mental sanity. They
yeah,
need to get out of this, rat race of what, for lack of better term, is what they would call it. I gotta get out of this loop, or I gotta get out of this environment. That's why they think it's an escape, or people would consider it as a temporary band-aid to give them get their sanity back.
yeah.
Now, those are two separate things, but yeah, I totally agree. Instead of focusing on trying to escape, you got to focus on trying to redirect your career path or your job or your business where you don't need to take a vacation or an escape.
Man, Armand, $20 in the super chat.
Nice.
So I owe B a man. How many meals do I owe B?
Oh,
Man, Armand, I appreciate that. $20. Yeah, B definitely is getting a he he needs meals
yeah.
and super chats that have added up over time. So we'll have that ready to go for B. But thanks for the super chat for the 20. And I'm also gonna throw this before we go. I
Okay.
was gonna say I thought weddings were gonna be on this list
Oh, right.
because weddings, like, me and the wife didn't have a fancy wedding because I was like, we got to put the money in the house.
Mm-hmm.
This is the asset. This is going to improve. This is going to keep going up in value. And I have no interest in flexing and showing like the best, I don't know, like tuxedo or suits and for her, like those people that spend 2 or 3, 4 grand on a dress, it's like, dude, you're going to wear it once and then that's it. And then I've known people. My friend, his wife, I think their dress, like the dress she got, was like 5K, and it's just dusty in the closet. And he keeps telling me, and I'm like, well, when else do you want her to wear it? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you complaining about it? You guys should have thought about that before all this even
Right.
happened. I mean, that's five
Right.
thousand you could definitely use on something else.
Now,
Um,
I think that's one of the biggest event in your life that could make or break you
hmm.
financially. And yes, I was so glad that me and my wife decided to get married here because it was a lot more. We didn't have families around the area, so we didn't have to worry about that. But it would have been a lot
Feeding
different.
everybody.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But like you said, I had a colleague that got married. The wife's parents gave him $25,000, and they
Dang.
all spent it on wedding. I was like,
Oh
I was like,
man.
yo, that's like a legit down payment of a house,
Yeah, for real.
right? That's a $250,000 house down payment right there for your starter home. And mind you, they were renting an apartment, living in an apartment this time. And I'm like, really, you drop 25 grand for a grand night, you come back to your old rinky dinky apartment again. I'm like, or right?
Yeah, I
So
mean, it's different when you're in that struggle, you're trying to improve, but if someone's giving you this money,
yeah,
I
dude,
mean,
that one's free money. Like that was literally free money. You
yeah,
know?
that's tough. That's
Wild. Wild.
I need to be friends with Zapatos. Everybody wants to be Zapatos' friend now.
Yeah,
Zapatos, let's go. I'm not even married because I wanted to buy a house first. AN.
that's smart.
Spent less, one wedding, waited until 20th anniversary, go big. There we go. Vow renewal celebration, older, wiser, bigger income. So yeah, things change. Now you can figure out.
Hmm.
And I mean, not to sound mean, but I mean, we've seen, I mean, there's engagements that things don't follow through. There's people that get divorced within the first year or
Yeah.
2 or 3. I mean, things happen.
Hmm.
But in your case, hey, 20-year anniversary, you can celebrate, that achievement, things that you've done. So there's different things for different people. And I'd take that any day than spending 5 grand on a dress. But
Hmm.
people have different ideas and things they want to do.
I mean,
But
like again, going back to, is it proportion to your income, right?
yeah.
Now, if you tell me you make 5 grand in a week, and then you like net 5 grand in a week, and you want to give up that week's profit for a dress, I would say, yeah, there's 52 weeks in a year. So what's 1 week out of the 52? 100%. Now, if you tell me you make 5 grand a month, man, now you just gave almost 10% of your income to a dress,
Hmm.
which, and that's a lot. And, for example, for people that typical weddings, probably what, 20 grand, 25 grand, if they want to go all out with the videographers, DJ, catering, and everything. And then if you make $75,000 a year, are you kidding me? You spent a third of your income for one night, and then literally it will take you X amount of years to recover from that.
Yeah. I think for some reason people ignore the importance of the actual relationship than the
Yeah,
than the day of
yeah, that
of
is
the
true,
celebration that one
dude.
day.
Imagine how many like getaways you could have if you truly value that relationship. Take your wife somewhere you guys have never been before. Experience different places, different cultures, different food. dude. Or, you know, like I said, put it on a down payment on a house.
Could certain credit cards be a bad investment? I would say yes if you don't know what you're doing, or if you don't
If you don't
know.
pay it off, if you don't pay it off in time for the, you know, high interest rate
Yeah.
to hit. Yeah.
Omar says, unfortunately, I spent over 60K on my wedding. Foolish spending, but didn't realize at the time.
Oh man.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like we get it. You know, money will come and go.
Hmm.
We can't look back at it now as a regret or anything. But yeah, it's like
No,
at
you
least
should.
at
We
least
should go back.
for the people that plan to get married soon, pay
Yeah.
attention, take notes,
Hmm.
figure out what's going to be more important for you because
Hmm.
man, it's things add up
Man,
quick and you
60K.
60K.
Oh
Omar,
man,
balling. That's balling.
Omar, you should have gotten in level up and invested 55K.
Oh man! All right, there we go. Brian got married through the court. Everyone, we'll
Yeah.
have to get into a marriage financing one soon too.
Wow,
We'll do
that's
that
good.
one next month. We'll do it next month.
That'll be paid.
All
That's
right,
free
so
marriage counseling.
that's true too. We'll do a marriage one. We'll do the Kobe one, and we have to do an organizing one. So we
Man,
have some topics we got to cover
yeah.
for
For
Mondays.
September's.
Yeah, for September, which coming up
Man,
fun this
soon.
week. All
Yeah.
right. Let's tomorrow thrifty Tuesday and then Wednesday normal show, and then we'll get back at it. So
Yeah.
we'll see you guys. Appreciate you jumping in on the live on a Monday. We'll see you. Go out and get it.